So, what is community? When I think of community, I think of a group of people who share a common bond or interest and who come together to support each other. It's like having a group of friends who are all passionate about the same thing, or at least one of the same things, whether it's a hobby, a cause, or just a shared love of a particular type of food. Being a part of a community can give you a sense of belonging, and it's a great way to make new friends and connect with others who share your interests, especially when living in a place like LA. So, whether you're into hiking, knitting, or playing video games, there's probably a community out there for you. And today, Janaye and I are sitting down with you and chatting about how we built our personal communities here in Los Angeles.
Tyra, the creative. That's right. The creative.
What is up, everybody? It's your girl Tyra, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am so glad to have you. Here on this channel, I create resources for Black creatives who want to escape fear and share their creativity with the world without compromising their faith in God, their creativity, their uniqueness, and without breaking the bank. But as you can see, I have a very special guest with me.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Nicole, and I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. So this is Janaye. If you guys have been following me for a while, you have seen her all up and down my YouTube channel. And I am just excited to dive into community. Fun fact, she is, girl, you the first addition to my community out here. Right? Because
honestly, you are too.
Really?
Outside of like my LA community.
Really?
We're gonna talk about why,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Okay. We're gonna talk about that. But yes, you are the first addition to my community. Like, you were my community from jump, because I met you the very first month that I moved out here, because I was still in the Airbnb, and then we had a little praise session in the car. Okay, so this is Janaye, you guys, one of my best friends out here in Los Angeles, and we just about to dive into community and why it is so important.
Yes.
So, what is community? Why is it important, especially in a place like LA? And what does it mean to you?
Okay. Well, let's start off with
or all of it,
all of it.
You can just, yeah.
Okay. Well, what is community? It's a group, a group that you can lean on for support, to have fun, to talk to, for motivation, for inspiration. Living in Los Angeles, when you come out here, you're dream chasing, and a lot of times you feel like you are alone, or like the group of people, the community that you left, like wherever your home base is, like some might support you, but they don't really understand all that you'll have to go through to really pursue that dream and make it your reality. So having a community in LA is surrounding yourself with like-minded people that understand that it gets hard, that it's challenging, but it's worth it. And so having that community to support you and cheer you on is the word detrimental? I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. It might not be that word, but it's just so important to have in order for you to continue to pick yourself up again and again to keep going.
Dang, I know what words you look. It's on the tip of my tongue too.
What does detrimental mean?
Detrimental means bad. It means it's not good for you. It is so.
It's detrimental to your livelihood. That's still incorrect.
That's saying that it's bad to your livelihood.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Not having a community.
Is
detrimental.
Yes.
To your livelihood.
Yes, and I would even take it. I would even take it a step further and say, just like the overall definition of community, it's like the place that you live, the place you call home, your atmosphere. So yes, it's people, but it's also the places you frequent, the things that you like to do. And for a long time, I had like people community, but I didn't have community like around, and I just started building my own community around like outside of my home, like finding my favorite coffee shop, finding things that I like to do, taking classes, where I work out, like all of those things really help build community also, and help you put down roots.
Yes.
And I think that's important, especially in a place like LA. You can feel so unrooted and always like you're being pushed from side to side and all over the place, because at the end of the day, you got to hustle to be out here, to be completely honest, but you really have to figure out how to ground yourself and put down some roots. And I think something that has helped me put down roots is finding a gym I love, taking some classes that I love, things that I do on a weekly basis that create a sense of normalcy and honestly just create new habits that I love.
Absolutely. Well said.
Yeah.
What was the next question?
I was about to say, what were we about to say? When did you know that you needed to build community? Was it something that just happened, or did you say, okay, I need to figure out my tribe? I need to figure out some things that I like to do. Like, what happened for you? 'Cause you've been out here 6 years, 1 year longer than I have been.
Yes.
So we've been out here for almost a decade. Oh my God.
Right. Wow. For me, moving out to LA, when did I know that I needed to build a community? Well, one, I was always into events. So, and I know with having events, it's for the community.
Yeah.
So when I first moved out here, I knew that I had a community, and which was my alma mater, FAMU, which you know, because I try to make her an honorary Rattler. They were my safety net, like knowing that I had a fellow alum out here to hang out with, to be with, to support the events that I would put on in the beginning years. Like I knew that community was there, so it was a default community for me. Like I knew that I could lean on them, and that they will understand the turn up vibes. They understood the hustle of it all. Outside of that community, that's why I said Tyra was my first community outside of that, like building my community, because before all I knew, because they were familiar in a sense, even though I didn't know them at school, we just had that in common, that we went to the same. I knew that I could, be around them, but at the same time, our interests were not alike. Like, we had musicians, we had just people doing different things. So I knew I needed people that were like-minded creatives. And honestly, meeting Tyra, we met at a brand ambassador gig.
Ooh,
and
the life
wow,
of a BA.
that's a different type of hustle,
right?
But it brought us together. So honestly, we just got to chatting. I took her home.
I liked her jacket.
Yes. Oh yeah, my yellow jacket. Oh my God, I just gave that up in my spring cleaning. Anyway, yes, we just started talking. This girl from Louisiana. I don't even know how we started talking. Oh, you know what?
What?
I don't even want to get into that, but it's because we was like, we gonna be photographers today.
Oh yeah.
Because they made the most. But
yes.
Honestly, yeah, you were my first person that I connected with outside of, even though we met in a work environment. It was like, okay, we like-minded. I don't even know what we said. I don't even think we talked about YouTube in our first conversation. We were just talking, and then I found out, she just moved out here, and I was like, okay, cool. And I think we literally talked for like an hour in the car.
We did, and then we started talking about God, and I was like, I like her.
Yeah,
I like her.
That's how it happened, honestly.
That's literally all. Yeah. I just felt drawn to you. That's just so crazy.
Yeah, honestly, it's so crazy. Wow. We were in that hotel at like 8, 7 in the morning. It was just early. And we just started talking. Yeah. Once we got in the car, we started talking about God and just our faith in our journey. And
here
we are 5 years later.
5 years later.
Look at that friend. That's crazy.
That's
really
crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was first for you.
Yeah. Outside of FAMU, I didn't really know anybody else other than the brand ambassadors that I work with. But none of us had built a connection like this. Or like, girl, let me get your number.
Yeah.
Let me come to your house. Yeah. None of that.
I think. Wow. Okay. Yes. I think for me, I love that you brought up FAMU, because I also have that in Delta. Like, I knew coming out here that I could find community in Delta. I'm a soror of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, if you guys did not know. So just that same type of camaraderie that you could find, like, oh my gosh, you went to fam? Okay, hey, we family. Like, it's the same as being a part of Delta Sigma Theta. So that's really what I thought I was gonna lean on, but I didn't. I met a few Deltas out here that I'm still friends with, and all of that. But for me, I ended up focusing more on my acting career when I first moved out here, and I just focused on, like, you, for example, like, because you were in my face type of thing. I didn't go out of my way to find community, but after being out in LA for so long and finally getting my bearings and being comfortable with, like, my financial situation, my home, and all of that, I started to look around, and I'm like, this don't feel like home. And I was like, why doesn't this feel like home? I have a place to stay. I'm rooted in this place, but I still didn't feel at home because I wasn't making a conscious effort to build a community that I loved, of things that I love to do. And that's why more so recently I've started like actually building a community. It's like, okay, Janae, let's go to the steps on the weekends. Tyra, okay, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to learn? I'm taking pottery. Like, things like that are also super important for building community. And I think I'm also being more open to going to events and being social.
Yes, she is.
I'm the most introverted extrovert you will ever meet. But I'm being more social and going out to meet new people and find more like-minded creatives and things like that. So I do think that sometimes you can just happen upon your community, but you also have to be conscious of who you are and what you are letting into your space and keeping in your space, because your community is your choice. It's 100% your choice. It's not by chance.
100%. I couldn't have said that better. That I started working as a server, and for those who know server life, it can get really gritty.
Yeah. Dark.
It can get really dark. And at one point I realized I was surrounded by those people, and just like that mindset, that energy was just really dark. And I end up ultimately removing myself from that because I was like, this is not the route that I want to take. Like, I'm trying to say that as clean and neat as possible, but it's just, it can get very dark in that area, especially depending on the restaurant or the environment that you're working in. So like she said, being aware about who you let in your community and actually build these bonds with is extremely important.
Yeah, I think it always takes, like, because sometimes you can like have your head down and like keep going, and then you look up and it's like, oh, I did not expect to be here.
Yeah.
But sitting and asking yourself, okay, how does this actually make me feel? Is this building me up? Is this tearing me down? How do I feel when I'm around this person? How do I feel when I go to this place? I think all of that is so important to help you get rid of and add to your community, because at the end of the day, it can change. It's on a continually changing basis. So what is your number one tip for building an authentic community in a place like LA with so many transplants, so many people who are out here to chase a dream, so many people who are tunnel visioned and focused on what they're doing? How can we build authentic communities?
Number one tip, golden rule. You have to be authentic to yourself, for yourself. I honestly believe you are who you attract.
Yes.
And even with that, you will still attract people. You know, light attracts flies. That is true. But being truly authentic to you, yourself, and what you want, what you're here for, what your faith is, I think the people that ultimately come into your life, they will stick around based on how you feel about yourself, what you think about yourself. Like, if you're constantly trying to bend and fold for other people or to fit in different circles, all of those things will fall off or, you know, steer you in different directions. So I think being authentic to yourself is my number one tip of how I build community, because I've had friendships die off, and then I've had friendships remain, and it just shows so much. Exactly. So it just shows so much when you're true to who you are and what you believe in.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I really love that. My number one mine is more practical. My number one practical tip for building your community: write down what you love. What makes you happy? What sets your soul on fire? What types of things are you interested in? Go find that, and then you will ultimately find other people who are interested in those things, other like-minded individuals, and then that's how you build your community off of that. So if you're like, there's nothing to do out here, all of this kind of stuff, there could be a rock lovers club. Everybody,
there is a rock lovers club. It is. I don't know it, but there is.
Everybody got pet rocks, okay? Like, you can find what you love. And if you can't, let's just say you're in a place that you can't, create it. Be the change agent that you need to build the community that you want to be a part of.
Love that. Love that. Because I guarantee you will find other people that are interested in the same thing that you like. So don't be afraid to create it.
Yep.
Do it scared.
Yeah. Do it scared. Do it scared. Do it scared. This is good. This is good.
Yes.
All right, you guys, that's all that I have you guys today. If you do not already follow Janae, I put all of her socials down below, and definitely check out our video. We are collabing on one video a month together, and now I put it on YouTube, so now we gotta do it. Yes. Now we gotta keep doing it. We are doing a fun activity on her channel this month, so go over there and check it out. It will be linked down below as well. And make sure you like this video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that big red subscribe button down below. Make sure your notifications are on so you can get all of the alerts anytime your girl posts any new content. And I'll see you again next week.